Oh, it says I'm live. It says I'm live. Am I live? I think I'm already live. I see myself. Okay. Okay, what up, guys? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Welcome to the Audacity Network and welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel. Guys, if you want to help a chick out, please subscribe to the audacitynetwork.com or send me a Venmo, just_pearlythings. You know, you don't have to, you can just watch, hang out, but it's really helpful. It helps me pay, Jeremiah over here, blessing and love. It helps me pay everybody. And, I'm going to have to underpay him this. I don't want to do that. So send it if you can. If you can't, I understand, the economy's tough. So today, guys, what I want to talk about is, well, there's a lot of things I could talk about, but I think to start, I'm going to react to a couple videos and then I'm going to go into the topic. So I saw my parody account tweet this Nala chick. Now let's do a backstory on Nala. So Nala is an ex OnlyFans whore. Yep, whore, slut, skank, hooker, whatever you want to call it, sex worker. And she decided that she was going to go be a Christian. Now, I know the men have been paying attention for a while. Jeremiah, where's my whiteboard? Did I lose it? I think it's over there. Could you bring it to me if you don't mind? The men have been paying attention for a minute. They said, I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. And the reason they said that is because what tends to happen in church, and we're going to go through the whiteboard. Church women nowadays are worse than the general population. And what tends to happen is step one. Let me write this down. Be a whore. Now, sometimes women are paid to be whores. Sometimes women are not paid to be whores, so they just do it. And then step two. Do no work and claim to stop being a whore. Now, this generally happens a couple of years into whoredom. So, the women, they're not really getting the results they want. Now, it could be a husband. It could be a relationship. Maybe it's just money on OnlyFans. So, shit's going south. Be a whore. Do no work and stop being a whore. So, typically when I want to see someone go from not being religious to being religious, I like to see some level of work. Maybe you go to seminary school. Maybe you go by yourself in the desert like Jesus did. I don't know. Maybe you go become a nun. Maybe I don't know what you're going to do. Okay? There's a lot of things. So then 3. Now, I got to be honest. I see this pattern with content creators. We love you, Tates. We love you, Sneak Out. But, let's just be honest. It's the same kind of pattern. But this is where we're focusing on the women right now. So, step 3, convert and find God. So, typically what happens next is they go on a show or a platform and say that they found God. Amazing. How awesome. I can't call women whores on YouTube. God damn it. Damn it. All right, sorry, hoes. Now, step 4. Tell men to be better. Now, typically what these hoes will do is they then feel they have the authority to tell men to not watch porn, to not have sex. And typically these women do this in their early to late 20s, let's just say. They find God. And Yeah, and then the men, right, when the men get the power to also be hoes, they say, don't do that, you evil, you're not man. A real man wouldn't do that. And it's crazy. So why can't we super chat? Because YouTube demonetized me. Go to just_pearlythings. I'll read any Venmo requests. Okay, so let's watch this. Nala is...
So this video is absolutely crazy to me, and I'm going to go in deep on this one. Just watch.
Is not a sustainable career. They start realizing, oh shit, my life might actually be over if I'm not getting paid enough money. So what do they decide to do? They decide to start reverting to any fucking religion that they possibly can to try to save.
So let me set you straight, because you're obviously on such a crooked path here. Not a sustainable...
Imagine a hoe telling me I'm on a crooked path. Someone that sold sex for money. Sorry. That got on camera, got tag teamed by 2 dudes for money, is telling me I'm on a crooked path. Me, of all people. I can't even imagine if I was a guy. What the F did I do?
Career, I was making millions up until I quit. I'm not joking about that. I was literally grossing.
I don't believe you. So let's wait. Put the thing down for 1 second. Okay. So we're going to go average amount of money OnlyFans workers make. Please put this up. Oh, wait. $150 to $180 a month. You're right, it's too persistent. But this is an example of her making the video about her. Saying, well, I made a lot of money. Bitch, no one's talking about you. Most women do not make a ton of money on OnlyFans. They do it for fun.
So much money on OF that it was...
What are you bragging? Like, we get it.
...sustainable.
Did you donate it?
I didn't just...
Did you donate it?
...turn to any religion. I don't believe in religion. God calls us to believe in a relationship with...
Did you donate the OnlyFans money? That's my only question. Did you donate it?
Christ. It has nothing to do with religion at all. I'm a non-denominational. I do not support Baptist, Catholic, Methodist. Like, I am not in a congregation like that. I believe fully in having a relationship with Jesus.
AKA, I believe in doing no work. I don't believe in studying scripture. I don't believe in doing like some seminary school. I want to do no work and still get the clout of being a Christian.
Who died on the cross for my sins, because he was the one who saved me out of all of that turmoil. I was at the end of my rope, truly, mentally, physically.
What, like 3 months ago? That's when you deleted the I mean, really? Could we be silent for like a year?
Spiritually, completely. Like, I had lost everything except for money.
So donate it.
It wasn't about the fact that everything had dried up. It was the opposite, and I had still felt so empty and lost. I was truly a lost sheep at this point in my...
It's pretty easy. Could you be a lost sheep for like $10 million, Jeremiah? Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Life. I had no friends, no family. All I had around me was materialistic items. So let me correct you on the fact that I was not drying up by any means monetarily. It was...
So dry up. Donate it. No? Donate it. Why don't you donate it to some men's cause? Because you were preying on lonely men. So why don't you donate it to a men's rights group?
I was completely at the end of my rope in life.
Okay, do you see how he said something general and she made it about her? Narcissist.
Heart, in my mind, in my soul, in my spirit was gone completely.
Limbo see the exact same shit. Oh, I was just in a bad spot in my life. The Lord guided me to the light. The Lord didn't guide you to shit. The money ran out, and then you're trying to find a way out. Stop fucking lying to these.
So I have so many scriptures to back up my walk with Christ, and I'm going to show you a few.
She's going to compare herself to Paul. She's going to compare herself to Paul. I know it. I know these women. She's going to compare herself to Paul.
Right here. So in Colossians 3:5, it says, "Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry." So Jesus is specifically saying here to put to death any evilness in your life right now that you're doing, saying, living, whatever it is in your life that is causing you to sin, to put it to death, literally, so you can change your ways and that you can become a child of Christ. Sexual immorality is completely and totally what I was doing on OnlyFans, and I do not at all agree with it at all anymore since I am a child of God. But the Lord did save me, no matter what anyone wants to say.
Could you be saved like privately? Could it not be a spectacle? I know they say Pearl hates God. This is why I hate you church people. You guys are a lower quality than the rest of the population. I will die on that hill. You're not a higher quality, you're lower. Because you guys are so emotional with your religion that you can't see reality and you make it my problem. You're annoying. I find you annoying.
Think or believe, I don't care. I don't care about what people's opinion is on my relationship with Christ because it's a personal walk with Christ. It has nothing to do with other people in the world. It has everything to do with Christ and what he did for me and everyone else, but it's my walk with Christ. And another amazing verse here in Colossians 2:13-14 says, "And you who were dead in your trespasses and the uncircumcision of your flesh, God made alive together with him, having forgiven us all of our trespasses by canceling the record of debt."
Right, but we need some penance. Any penance, please. Heidi. Yeah, Heidi's weighing into that. Heidi's back. Heidi, she's working for a collab. We'll see, Heidi. She said she doesn't care. Otherwise, she wouldn't be making this video. That was a great point. She obviously cares. And what bothers me above all else, guys, I hate playing pretend. And women, it's so easy for us. Nobody checks us on anything. Ever.
That stood against us with its legal demands. This he set aside, nailing it to the cross. So what Christ is literally saying here is that every trespass that I was dead in, every sinful act, behavior, word.
You got tag teamed by two dudes. Let's not minimize this. Tag teamed by two dudes for money. Oh, dear God.
Everything that I was doing wrong got nailed to the cross with Jesus Christ when he died for our sins. So when I got forgiven, when I was in my living room crying alone, that's when I got saved. That's when I came to the realization that everything that I was doing, everything, it's not.
Donate the money. Donate the money. Go work at Tesco. Walmart. Go get a job there.
OnlyFans. Everything that I was doing was wrong and not living for Christ, so that it was nailed to the cross. Nailed to the cross with Jesus Christ.
Has it been tough watching church women do this for years? He's nodding. You guys can't see him. Has it been hard? It's been tough. Yeah. He said it's been tough, guys. Men see this bullshit. They just don't say shit. They're like, I'm going to live my life. And then Pearl comes.
Gave us of every sin once we ask. And then it's thrown into the sea of forgetfulness with Jesus. Like
Yeah, Jesus might forget, but the internet does not. You got tag teamed by two dudes.
That's it. It's no longer a thing anymore.
No, it's definitely a thing. It is definitely.
So don't ever let someone like this deter you from following Christ.
Someone said, Pearl, why do you get so bothered? I'm not bothered. I thank her, actually. It gives me content for the week. Thank you so much, Nala. I appreciate you. But I got to say it how it is. And this, we just got to, like, this is why we get ex-corn star preachers. If she wants to go to church, fine. Go to the back, shut up, and stay away from the married men. But you guys say, let's put her on a show and pretend she changed. Yeah.
He does accept you. He's the one who made you. Like, how beautiful is that? Someone who literally created you cell by cell.
Oh my God, I can't stop. Yeah, you know, Pearl's chilling. She's not. I know. I think my tweets when I, because you know, guys, mind you, you guys all have real jobs. Sucks. I don't. So you guys, you're like, Pearl, you tweet so much. I have the time. You guys are reading my tweets. So you're doing the same thing. You're just reading them. Me, if I think a tweet, I tweet it. I'm a tweeter. I go out, I tweet. I say, yeah, bitch, I have the time. I'll give 10 tweets about why you're full of shit. Why? It's my job. I have the best job on the planet. Don't hate me because you ain't me. You know what I mean? So look, this is what I call expert level cope. And now I'm going to react to 3 TikToks, and then we're going to get to the topic today. Yes, we are. So, okay. So today we have Girls Gone Bible again. Now, Girls Gone Bible is this is all the epitome of church culture. It's just a bunch of, okay. We all know makeup is used to draw out sexual emotions from men. For example, blush. That is what your face looks like when you're having sex, okay? So it's a little ironic to me when these chicks have caked on makeup talking about God. Do you see the irony? I mean, guys, again, men don't care. They're like, oh, she's hot, let her go. But they think these things. They really do. So
asked, like, should I be dating if I'm not ready for marriage? And you were like, if you're not ready for marriage, like, why would you date? That doesn't even make sense. And you're basically saying that people should not be in these like 4 or 5 year.
You know what? I'm going to go after one. You know, I want to go through all of my criticisms, right? One of my greatest criticisms, okay, is that I am a boss babe. All right. And I hear this criticism, and you know, I get it. I get it. I'll say this. This is far more conducive to getting married than what I was doing before. I'll just say this, okay? I used to have to work in sales like 60 hours a week selling copiers. I can do this from my freaking kitchen. I can go make a sale. Like, this is the best job on the planet. All right. You know, Pearl, it's not that hard. Like this, contrary to what these influencers try to make you believe, this is not a hard job. Thank you guys for letting me do it. I love you guys. I appreciate you. This is amazing. And look. It's fair, right? I mean, this is, in my early 20s, I was focused on being a pro volleyballer. I've been really honest with you guys about that. I wanted to go pro. Life is funny, you know, it is what it is. And now I'm reacting to these videos. So let me keep going.
Somebody asked, like, should I be dating if I'm not ready for marriage? And you were like, if you're not ready for marriage, like, why would you date? That doesn't even make sense. And you're basically saying that people should not be in these like 4 or 5 year long relationships, not getting married.
Okay, so she said people should not. So again, this is the example of the Christian woman becoming a Christian and telling men how to date. We look so stupid. I mean, you've been looking at this for years, right? You're a church guy. Him and Blessing, they're like in the church. They're like loving God. And they see women do this. So again, we went through this last time. And I wish I knew this in my early 20s, okay? In my early 20s, I would look at women that spent 4 or 5 years with a guy without a ring and think they were dumb. I really would. I would think that's stupid because why would he buy you if you're getting the cow for free? Whatever, the milk for free. That is a fundamental misunderstanding of men. And that did not hold up to what I saw to be true in the world. Every person I know that's married, it took them a couple years to get the ring because men are good people. That's what I was missing. Women, we don't treat men that give us everything well. But men, I mean, they treat us pretty, I mean, not all, but a lot. More men, if you give men what they want, will treat you well. So again, step 1, talking phase. And I'm going to get rid of the dating because we know that's like a month. But talking phase, this is normal. 6 months, ballpark. Step 2, relationship. 1 to 2 years, let's say. Living together. Let's say 1 year. Kevin Samuels would say it takes a guy 6 months. It takes a guy 6 months to determine if you qualify. But I think Kevin Samuels was a little bit, he was with the old school guys. This just isn't how young people do it. I'm sorry. It's just not. I mean, the men that tend to get married in a year are men that don't tend to have a lot of options. Nor do they really understand women. Okay. All right. Then step 4 is ring or a baby. Some people, yeah, that's it. This is like a 4 or 5 year process. So, my thing with these chicks, it's not really up to the women. It's up to the men. Men get to determine the timeline, not women.
Either get married or don't date. And Ari and I obviously come from very worldly dating, and we weren't, dating the way that God intended us to.
Thank you, Shale, for the $10.
And I have been in 4-year relationships, 3-year relationships, 5-year, since I was 15 years old. And now I'm literally I don't.
So I want to tell you guys something. This is just from talking to the men. Why do men date us for such a long time? Now, part of the reason they date us for such a long time without marrying us is because marriage is dead and doesn't mean anything anymore. And they saw their friends get married and divorced. But let's just say a guy, marriage is on the table. Why would he wait longer? So many times, we got the man, we got the woman, and they're in love. Now, normally, it's actually the woman's commitment issues. It's not the man's, it's the woman's. But let's say it's a case where it's his. There's a couple issues you have. Sometimes she met him too young. He wants to commit at 45. She met him at 25. It's just timing, she just met him wrong time. That's option 1. Okay. Now, reason number 2 is that sometimes the woman is a little bit loony and he's trying to give her a chance to stop being batshit insane. So he loves her, right? He's like, well, she's not the worst, but I don't know if I'd trust her with a kid. I don't know. I see these batshit crazy. I see she's a little insane, and I'm going to give her some time to work it out. So I would say those are in my expertise, which you guys could say is none. Fine. I don't know why the fuck you're here then. I mean, they get the fuck out of here. They're waiting for you to not be insane. Or you just met him at the wrong time. Or he's just a guy that some guys never want to get married and have kids. That's getting more common. Ladies, we're so bad. We have driven men out of the marriage marketplace. Did I miss anything? Why else would there be a long? You got anything? Nothing? I covered it. Let me know in the chat. So this idea that men know within 6 months, they sort of do. I mean, men understand within 6 months if you qualify. But the problem is every guy knows some guy that had a chick that qualified by every possible metric that went batshit insane. They'll look at their friends and say, oh, she had 2 parents. She wasn't insane. She did everything she was supposed to do. And even she went fucking crazy. Even she left. So then that makes, this guy here say, you know what? Sorry, Chica, you're going to have to wait even longer. Remember, guys, the average is 3 years. It's only rising. I think the younger women should actually know. Like, I wish I knew this at 22, right? I wish I knew at 22. It's going to take some time. You got to put in the work, bitches, I was told by many church people that if he wanted to, he would. And if he doesn't want to marry you, and don't get me wrong, sometimes it's the wrong timing, but I was told that he should marry you within a year. And I love, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I come from an upper class community. Pretty much everybody I know that's married dated 3 years. I seriously don't know a single person that didn't. So, yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't even consider dating someone I won't even date somebody unless I think we might get married. You know what I mean? Now that I'm actually walking with Jesus, there's just not a chance that I'm just in this relationship and possibly not.
I doubt it. I don't believe you.
Getting married.
So this is going to be really radical to some of your viewers. Dating, as we know and understand it, is a very new phenomenon.
Now, look, he's right. Dating is a new phenomenon. It's either arranged marriages or modern dating. Pick one, because the church is confusing everything by trying to do both. If you're going to go traditional, fine. Go get an arranged marriage from your parents and marry the guy even if you don't find him attractive. If you don't want to do that, then buckle up, chicas. You got 3 dates to put out and you got to put in 5 years. Look at these are the choices.
Very modern, about 120 years old, and that was the first time that word was ever used.
Yeah. So again, these church women, what they want to do is they want to do the best of both worlds, and you can't. You really can't. So I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna do the third one. We're gonna do one more TikTok, and then I'm gonna get into the topic. I thought this was funny. This chick is obviously very toxic, and she tells you to go for men you don't want for money, but I found her very funny. This was hilarious. Okay. Oh, there it is. You're right.
Okay. He cheated on his wife, but he couldn't even talk. He had a wheelchair, and he had to move his eyeballs to type on a keyboard. He still cheated with his nurse and ended up marrying her and divorcing his wife. They can't even talk. So if you say you don't want to, go read Stephen Hawking's story and watch his movie and see what had happened. You can't even talk. You have to move your eyeballs left and right to type on the keyboard. You gotta use your tongue and your chin to make your scooter go.
So she said, do all men cheat? Even Stephen Hawking did it. He couldn't even talk. When I was younger, guys, I thought, and look, I'm not a perfect person. I get jealous just like the rest of you hoes. You know what I mean? We're all some jealous. Like I'm not claiming to be the tip of the top, whatever. There's better women to learn from, as I say. But I think it's important that someone's honest here. And I just think everyone's lying. I'll tell you a story. So I did a show twice actually. And on this show, I made the claim that high value men cheat. And really that they've earned the right to cheat. And the reason they've earned the right to cheat is that men that learned how to sleep with women. And I don't like that. I don't even like saying this. Okay, don't. But the men that learned how to sleep with women have gone through so much work that really I don't think women can really fathom how much work men put in to learn how to be attractive to us. They get in the gym, they learn how to talk to us. It's like a decade of work just learning how to be attractive to women. Now, I'm not saying they should or they shouldn't. I'm just saying this is what it is. I mean, right? We can't fathom, right? Can't fathom, right? So when men have that skill, it is very difficult for them to just put it away and not use it. It's very difficult. They're like, I just learned this superpower. And now you want me to use it just on you? Bitch. Okay. So there was this guy that came on the show. And he said, high value men shouldn't cheat. That's immoral. Da, 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 da. This man was sleeping with 3 women from the show. They act like these women don't talk to me. I hear the gossip. I hear the chit chat. People tell me things. So that in that moment, guys, I realized all these dudes are lying. And men that get the option to cheat, they really do. And all these guys that go on these shows and say it's so immoral, da 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 da, to cheat. All of these guys, if they get the chance, are doing the same thing. And if they aren't doing the same thing, it's only because they have an audience and they're scared. If nobody was watching, they would do the same thing. Get mad at me? Whatever. I don't care. I don't care because I ate that bull again in my early 20s. I thought this was offensive. I thought, what do you mean that men cheat? No, my dad didn't cheat. And my dad didn't cheat. And I'll die on that hill. My dad is such a moral man that he never did. And some men don't. But the men that don't tend to have met their wives below the age of 25. And they didn't have to go through the same skill process as the rest of the men. So they don't really have that same set of skills in picking up women. They don't really have it. Oh my God, they said Pearl's dad cheated, confirmed. What the fuck? What do you mean confirmed? Get the fuck out of here. And the other thing is, because my dad, he's not on social media. It's very different when men are on social media. Remember, cheating is way easier. You can get a dating app, you can get Instagram. It's not like the old days before they had it. Buckle up, fellas. Buckle up. This is 2024. I'm just telling you guys what's happening. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is I want to talk to the ladies. Because they said, Pearl, you can get your point across without your potty mouth. Get out of my chat. I am a swearer. I've been a swearer from the whole time. If you don't like me swearing, get the F out of my face. All right? Yeah. Boom. Get out of here. It's like, I hate these people sometimes. They come to my show and my chat and tell me how to talk. It's like how some of you women go to your husband's in his house and tell him how to talk. Lauren Chen. Okay. So, we are going to live to be 80 years old on average. So the average age of life is 77. That means half of us will kick it before and half of us will kick it after. And sometimes I've noticed that life goes so fast that you forget to slow down. And it almost feels like you've blinked for two. I feel like I was in high school yesterday, and high school was a decade ago. It's funny how you blink for 2 seconds and life is pretty much, I don't want to say gone, but it's crazy. And the one thing that I regretted when I got older was I regretted moving around so much. So when I was in high school, my dad, he told me to go overseas. And I wouldn't say I necessarily regret going overseas, but I did regret not prioritizing time with my parents. In my early 20s, I was really about volleyball. I really wanted to get a pro contract, and that was super important. But looking back in hindsight, there was family vacations I missed. And even living overseas for such an extended period of time, you come back and you realize you missed the most important things. And I think sometimes because we don't have a visualization of what the second half of life looks like, we forget. And I think that's what's happening with us women. You know, we have so much opportunity in our 20s that it's difficult to turn down. It's difficult to turn down a super high paying job. It's difficult to turn down attention from high status men. You know, I've never been really invited on a yacht like that, but shocking. I know you would have thought. But you can imagine that it's tough. Guys, go in our shoes for a second. You're 22 and you get invited on a yacht. Are you really turning it down? Or are you really going to turn down that easy, high paying job? Are you really going to turn down dates with, let's just say, the hottest women in the city? Now, don't get me wrong. Men are better people. So I'm sure they would do much better things with the power and be much more realistic than I'm sure I would bet. But, you know, I'm trying to humanize us a little bit. But what I did on Reddit yesterday was I saw a thread that said, ask old people advice. Older women, 65 and up, do you feel invisible? And I'm going to read to you guys some of the responses. Oh, I'm fat and old, super invisible. There's the new Matlock with Time Daily who says something I've been saying for years. Being invisible is a superpower. This is very true. A neighbor once stole something from another neighbor's garage and I watched the whole thing. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting here on the front porch. I can see you, picked him out of a digital lineup and away he went. Okay. I want to read some of the other ones. Yes, I was a young beauty. It takes getting used to. And the senior complex where I live, the old guys say, wow, you're probably pretty good looking when you were young. Go F yourself. I saw a picture of my younger self in my locker at work because someone asked if I had another coworker saw it and asked who it was. I said it was me, and he said, what happened? I hate that guy now. If we're lucky, we get until 50. And remember, we live to be 80. 30 years is a long time. The second half of life, we become men. We become just like the men, and we are invisible. I feel it is. This is answering the question, do you feel invisible? I feel it is. I was considered very attractive in my youth. To go from a person that people stared at for my beauty to being invisible is hard. And what's worse is when you are pretty, that becomes a huge part of your identity. I could be all of those other things, smart, funny, etc. But what most people saw and noticed was my looks. So it felt defining in a way. Now, without that, I'm not quite sure who I am. When I look in the mirror, it's like a knife every time now. Because I remember my old face and I remember what I should see. And guys, this is why I really don't envy. I would consider myself an average looking chick, right? Average, normal chick. I don't envy overly beautiful women. Because if a chick's lucky, she'll be beautiful till 45. No guy is lining up to fuck a 50-year-old woman. They'll do it. I mean, men will do anything. But no guy is lining up. So at 45, that really we're done. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I say the wall is 30, and it is. But, I mean, men are marrying 30 to 40-year-old women all the time. Maybe not if they want kids, but it's not. I see 30-plus-year-old women getting married all the time. But 40-plus, you're done. And when you have kids, how much time do you get to spend with them? And that's why, you know, we make jokes about these buzzer beater babies, you know. But really, these women did not plan their lives out very well because they're going to be 60 at a kid's high school graduation. And I don't think as women, we think about the second half of our life. And see, this is all the women that they're like coping. I'm in my 30s and I notice older women all the time. Yeah, okay. They say beautiful women die twice. It's bittersweet. At 46, I'm in the twilight of my attract. Oh my God. These women are so delusional. At 46, I'm in, or maybe this is a guy, I'm in the twilight of my attractiveness to the opposite sex. I won't miss it, but it's kind of staggering when you think about how invisible we become when men don't see us as useful when we get older. I get the more apparent patriarchy woven into the fabric of anything. So when I worked in my sales job, there was a time where the upper management was just helping me a lot. They treated me super well. They gave me, it was like like company merch, basically, like every month. And they were just super, super helpful. And I made more than the guys in my floor. And they gave me the best territory. And I remember one time a guy said to me, well, it's because you're a girl. And I thought, no, I'm a hard worker. I'm enthusiastic. And these things are true. I am a hard worker. I am enthusiastic. And I didn't do bad. But hindsight 2020, he's probably right. I probably did. So this isn't, when I say 35-year-old women are hotter than 25-year-old women, guys, there's women that truly believe they're better looking in their 30s. And it's sad. It is the saddest looking. I'm 27. I'll say I was hotter at 16. I know you guys want to, Pearl. I mean, look, it just is what it is. I think I've aged pretty well, whatever. But guys, it just is what it is. But there's women that they have these filters on. They have so much plastic surgery done. And because our photo apps naturally smooth out our faces now, they forget what's in the mirror. And it's an old wrinkly hag. But it's really sad, And these were conservative Christian commentators telling me, like, tweeting their selfies at me to prove their hotness. Because they don't want to deal with the reality that one day at 65, really over 50, they will be invisible. I only know one woman that got married over the age of 50. I really do. And it's a sad and the funny thing is I will see nice women become so crazy in their 50s. And I'll think about these same women when they were younger and when they were kids and they're like full of life. But by the time they're 40, 50, they get bitter, guys. And it's sad because most of the time they're not bad people, but they were given bad information. I mean, oftentimes they're selfish and have too high of standards. But mind you, this isn't in the normie world. Most women don't know we're going after 20% of men. I mean, we're retarded, guys. I mean, we're idiots. And, when we do, we still do. I'm not here to give excuses to women. I'm not. But I'm crucified for giving correct information where people will clap their hands for Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, all of these guys giving bad information that doesn't work in 2024. Ladies, the church that tells make men wait for sex when you're not a virgin. Good fucking luck. Go ahead. Let me know how that works for you. Good luck. Good luck. That is leading women down the path of destruction. Saying, oh, he has to marry you within a year. Okay. That might be true for you guys. That is not who I see getting rings. I see the women that wait it out get rings. And that's what's hard for me is I'm trying to give the correct information because I wish I had the correct information when I was younger. And I'm crucified for it. But women that give bad information, that have buzzer beater babies, that don't like their husbands, that will push not being attracted to your husband. You know, they're praised. I get 11 plus streams on me because I said men don't like older women, they don't like fat women, and they don't want women with children. And I'm crucified. So, you know, and I just think it's important to, all right, I'm gonna old women. Let me see if there is a video version of this. Okay, Dr. Phil.
I am
Please don't copyright me.
54 years old. Hello? Yeah, me. Yeah, see, that's some of the problem right there. It's that invisibility factor. I went from somebody that could get service at the store to them calling the people behind me. They really don't see you anymore. You're not old enough for people to say, oh, you're so sweet. And you're not young enough to go, whoa, you are smoking. You don't get any of the...
So again, you know, this is the clock we're ticking. And by the way, a buzzer beater baby is better than this. I'm going to make a hierarchy. I'm going to make a hierarchy of L's. This is a hierarchy of female L's. Okay. The top hierarchy of a female L, broken alone. Die broken alone. Yep, that's the top hierarchy, okay? The second hierarchy is single mother. At least you have a kid, right? Single mother, you know. The third L, miserable marriage. These are typically be the buzzer beater baby women, you know, in miserable. I mean, they might not be miserable. Once they get the kids, they'll be miserable. And then 3, oh, I should have just put alone after, but you guys get the idea. I'll say old divorced, where I think gray divorces, I mean, they're not the same as single mothers. Okay. And you guys hear me out. If a chick was married for 30 years and then divorced, 20, like a gray divorce, is it really a failed marriage? I think it's just, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's different than a woman who is just a single mother. Like a woman who's older and divorced with a family, like her husband still like kind of likes her, but they just didn't work out. I think it's different. I think it's just the marriage ran its course as opposed to the single mother who started there. That's just a bigger L. You never had it. Like, yeah, and then at the bottom, obviously, because these are just L's. What would be at the bottom? I have to think about it. I don't know, but this is going. So, okay, let's keep going on this video.
Overnight, you become invisible.
Here's another one that's got a great sense of humor and very creative. I was laughing when I watched your tape originally. That's 54-year-old Terry, who says between her throat waddle, age spots, wrinkles everywhere, and bifocals, it's impossible to look in the mirror.
If she wasn't fat, she wouldn't be completely invisible. I mean, she'd like get some old men. Like, I mean, like ladies, let's just, okay, if men like younger women, how can we use that to our advantage? Older men. There are always older men. You're 50, go 70. I know you're like, I don't want a 70-year-old. Well, you're 50, bitch. Or 65, you know.
And feel good. Really?
Seriously, I picture myself as I was probably in my 30s, because that was probably my happiest time. Now I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh. I go out It's a different reaction. Like you both said, social media. I love social media. I love to but I will not be in that. I will do anything, but if you look at some of my Instagram stats, I'm always in the corner of the picture, so you only see the cute part. Yeah, not kidding. That's how it is, and it's because of this self-love, self-being. You just feel beaten down.
But you say you feel beaten down. Are you beating yourself down, or are other people beating you down?
Well, yeah, but myself I do, but also, like I say, it's that invisibility factor.
Yeah, so her results in the world are changing. And again, you know, these women can tweet me their selfies at 35, but at 45, you're done. 35 is like last call, you know? And by the way, last call used to be 26. It keeps going older, you know? Women, we keep pushing it up. But yeah, you know. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Please, guys, if you can, send me a Cash App or go to theaudacitynetwork.com. Yeah, I would say 20s, ton of attention. 30s, dwindling attention. 40s, if you're in good shape, you might keep it going, pushing, but 50s, you're done. You're done. So like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and stay mad, chicas. I don't give a shit. If you're mad that I swear, I don't care either. And stop telling me to get back into the kitchen because I'm in it.